Okay, hi there, this is Kim Willis again, and continuing on with my series, my latest series, which is called 8 Ways to Convert Facebook Friends into Sales, or members, or whatever you want. People who pay you money, basically. So this is tip number, I forgot the name of the tip. It's tip number 5. First impressions count. Okay. Now, normally I go on a street walk. I like doing those kind of videos, slice of life videos, and then I, share the tip or the point with you. But for this one, I'm in my apartment here in Siem Cambodia. I'll just give you a quick peek out the back here from the bedroom. Not a lot to see. Of course you can hear the chicken, can't you, or the rooster. It drives me nuts. I can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and that frickin' rooster is still crowing. Unbelievable. I'd like to strangle it if I knew, if I could, I would. Anyway, this is tip number 5, and it's called First Impressions Count. First impressions count. And I'm talking particularly about the chat sequence. When you're chatting with people, you're on Messenger, you're sending them a personal message. Of course, they've already formed a bit of an impression of you before that because they've had a look at your wall, presumably. Okay, they've looked at your profile, presumably. So all of those things are important too, and I think I covered them in another point. But this one is more about when you're chatting with people for the first time, using the chat facility. First impressions do count. So if you come across needy, desperate, pushy, overly aggressive, you're going to turn people off. Okay? Now, some people who think that social networking is all about hustle, 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 well, they're going to be in for a rude shock because there are lots of switched on people out there that don't take kindly to that kind of approach, spammy kind of approach, okay? I'm not saying it doesn't work. It can work for a short time with the worst kinds of people. The best people, the most discerning people they'll unfriend you and they'll block you as quick as look at you. And so all you're left with are the desperates and other prospects who you may be able to get into your business, but they're not going to stay with you. They're going to jump off to the next thing as quick as anything. So if you're wanting to build a business, a solid business, something that's got some sustainability about it, you'll really want to be connecting with quality people, discerning people, and those people are the ones that you need to impress, right from the first second, really. So what do we want? What do you need to do to create a favourable first impression when you start chatting with people? Well, I reckon the first thing that you need to do is to say hi and ask an innocuous, non-threatening question. Okay? Or you may give them a greeting first and then ask the question. Question could be, a sample of a question could be, what keeps you busy at the moment? That's innocuous. It's non-threatening for most people, even though they may have heard that one before, seen that one before. It's not going to get their back up in all probability. Another one is, hey, I've been looking at your wall, I've been following you for a week or whatever, and I like some of the things that you're doing. I particularly like that post that you put up this morning about blah, 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 blah. Okay? That will create a good first impression. Nothing surer. It will. Flattery, hey, it works as long as it's sincere flattery. You know what I mean? Yeah, flattery does work. So you want to get the ball rolling in the right direction. Make people feel good about you. Use smiley faces and ha-ha-has and all that sort of stuff if it's appropriate. It creates the right ambience, and that's important. I use smiley faces. I've got funny animal smiling caricature type faces and things like that I'll put into the mix there or into the conversation. But yeah, it's really important. And then obviously if you can get a little bit of rapport going by perhaps, well, finding another point in common, where they live, what their hobbies are, etc. Now, of course, if they're already in business, that maybe they've got a home business and you're wanting to join yours, for instance, it's okay to start talking business quite early in the piece, on the first chat. I usually do. I say things like, hey, what's your business? I'm curious. Something like that. That doesn't offend people. They want to talk about their business. Sometimes I'll throw a link at you and then I'll challenge them and I'll say, oh, what are you doing there? I didn't ask for your link. I didn't ask for any of that. I'm just asking. I want to, conversation. You know how to, what conversation's about on social media? It's the name of the game, conversation. So, I'll just give you that tip there. I think it's quite important. It's very important, in fact, because if you don't get off to a good start, well, they'll remember that negative experience, and even if they don't unfriend you or block you, they'll remember it, and it'll be harder to, rekindle the relationship in a few days' time or whatever. They may not even reply to you. Okay, so yeah, first impressions count. Just another little tip here that can also help to create that favourable first impression. Before you start chatting with them, why don't you go to their wall and post something nice about them on their wall, and like a few of their posts and maybe leave one good comment on on one of their posts. And then when you open up your messenger and you start talking with them, it'll become easier. Okay, you've already created a favourable impression before you even open the chat, and then when you open the chat, you use one of the techniques that I've just shared with you, and I think you'll find that will work very much in your favour. All right, so that's tip number 5 from my series, 8 ways to convert Facebook friends into sales, into income. And the only other thing I need to tell you now is that I reckon you should go to my blog, kimwillis.net, and you can opt into my information series. All sorts of good information will come down the line there for you. I've also got a free report on the blog, kimwillis.net, 32 ways to get leads. You can have a look at that. You can grab that report. That's a 51-page video. It's pure content. It's not promotional. It's full pure content based on the experiences that I've had over the last 10 years as an online marketer. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. Sold millions of dollars worth of products. So I reckon you should get over to kimwillis.net and get onto my information series, onto my email series. All right. The other thing you can do is join my group. We call it the SOS group. The real name's a bit longer than that, but the way you do it is to friend me on Facebook. Friend me or send me a message, a personal message on Facebook. Make sure you create a favourable first impression or I won't add you. Joke. Well, kind of a joke. Yeah, so you can join the group. It's a community of over 1,000 people and like-minded people who are wanting to build their business. They're promoting all sorts of different things, but most of them are home business folk, okay? So there's no pitching, there's no spamming or anything like that. It's really a community of like-minded people, and I think you'll like that. So head on over there, or send me a personal message, and I will add you to the group. This is Kim Willis. Bye for now. Oh, by the way, my teeth. Someone said to me the other day, "Oh, what's wrong with your teeth? You didn't look like that once." No, I didn't. About 4 months ago, about 4 months ago, I tripped in the street here in Siem Reap, Cambodia, because I come up here for 4 months for an extended holiday. And you can do that when you're a laptop lifestyler. And I was in a hurry, and the pavement was very broken, and I fell face down onto the pavement and broke part of my tooth in 2 parts. So I'm waiting till I go back to the capital of Cambodia, Phnom Penh. I've got a dentist there, really good dentist, and they're going to put in caps. Okay, so I'll have a nice smile again. There you go. Kim Willis, bye for now.